I love actually, they know I have an addiction to Dairy Queen Blizzards.
Yes, I asked him. I will ask him. Viewers, do you like Blizzard from Dairy Queen?
Now, Bradley wants to know if you guys don't like Dairy Queen Blizzards. You all know how I feel about them. And, and I don't really care about your opinion on one side or the other about him, but I was thinking also we can probably clown on Trump about how he didn't know what a Dairy Queen Blizzard was until just a couple weeks ago when he went to a Dairy Queen and said that he had heard about them before but had never actually had one and didn't know what the hell they even were. Dairy Queen had been around, and Dairy Queen's been around for how many years, and he just barely figured that out. It's not bad. I like it. I tend to favor the brown shit. Oh man, I can't remember the name of it now. I don't know what the hell it's called. Whatever you want to call that one. I'm brain farting on the name of it. I know the name of it. I can't think of it right now. And back in the day when, in the earlier days of Dairy Queen, or at least when I knew about them when I was younger, I was always eating the chocolate chip cookie dough ones. Alright, JR's more for the banana split. But yeah, so far everybody seems to be liking, seems to love Blizzards. Who doesn't? That's what I'm thinking. Everybody loves ice cream.
Yes, everyone likes ice cream.
Oh yeah. Now I'm thinking about possibly Blue Water Village, mainly because most people won't stop there. They got a dirt parking lot across the street from that. It's basically like an Indian gift shop with Dairy Queen in it. So a lot of people won't stop there because it's not an actual truck stop and the place is not open 24/7. So, yeah, it's one of those I like to go there at times, especially if I can get Dairy Queen on the way in or out. Of course, you guys know I like Dancing Eagle as well, especially when I'm eastbound, because it's on the same side of the freeway that I'm on as well. And, the Dairy Queen actually adds to the joy of it. Okay, that's a bit of a crowd of trucks up ahead. Hopefully most all of I don't know. I know some of those guys are out running me because the one on the back end in the left lane is that yellow freight truck that was doing 73. Right around 31,000 pound payload. fuel economy. Because I reset my trip meter when I left the house this morning, and I remembered when I crossed into Arizona over 10 miles per gallon between my house and the Colorado River. Between my house and here, which I've driven 540 miles so far from the house to here, and my gauge is saying 8.2 miles per gallon right now. So definitely, yeah, it definitely helps, especially with that terrain we have. I think we had some weather with some wind conditions in certain spots that might have helped me out as well. It's getting a bit windy here now. It's hard to make out which direction it's going though. Pull up my weather radar and figure out good like middle, like third, whatever place to stop. You know, third of the way place to stop. But we got the road work just east of it there, in between there and Continental Divide and what's the name of that town? I hate dealing with that area. I'd rather drive through there at night when it's less likely to have traffic problems at all. So I definitely want to get past there tonight before we shut down. So definitely Blue Water Village or Milan at the very earliest before I'd want to stop. Yeah, looks like we're clear. We're clear all the way to Thorough. Now, if I can get to Thorough within green conditions, then we're good. Okay, 6 mile marker. We got 5 to go to the way station. Buffering, whatever. We just got into New Mexico by Lupton. Right, I'm not sure if you heard Socorro, that's the one that's on ice on US 70, right? In between Tularosa and Roswell, New Mexico. I believe that's where Socorro is. It's up on the mountain. See, I didn't even show the R right that time. Socorro. See, that was right. Like I say, native English speakers tend to have more difficulty with that. Make up your mind what speed you're gonna run. You were just doing 74 a second ago. Now you're doing 63, 65. Or is that guy in front of him that was doing that? No, this guy's doing 67 now, 68. So this guy's lollygagging. Well, we are about 3 miles from the way station though, so at this point it's in my best interest to stay behind anybody up here. And that way station's always open, and I always get pulled into it. Alright, Milan to Moberly, 1,004 miles. That's easy. Well, actually, Milan, though, the way you're taking, the way you're saying there, though, is probably taking US 54 across. I can't go that way because I got to drop my son off in Sayre, Oklahoma. So if you take it via, take that railway through Sayre, it's probably longer than that. I was expecting it to be 1,735 miles from my house to Moberly via Sayre. I've done 5, or I'm 10 miles in, about 70, we'll say 65, almost 70 miles away. We'll say 70 from Milan. Actually, we'll say 65-ish. That put me right around 630 on the mileage. So that'd be
violation. 11-hour driving limit.
No kidding. Alright, way station's open. Yeah, like I figured we'd get pulled into there. Milan to Sayre or 6:15 or something like that. Yeah, 6:12. You're saying? That's about what I came up with, also. Somewhere in that ballpark. 6:12 is easy to do. Pulls me in 100% of the time. I know it's because of JCT's CSA score. And New Mexico and California, I guess, have a habit of pulling companies in with high CSA scores a lot more than anybody else. I heard it's a money thing. By before I even get there. Look like he's trying to direct this guy around to the inspection area or part now. I got a level 2 here, I don't know, a while back, but more often than not, to just wave me through before I even get to the booth. We're good to go. You give me a thumb up. Yeah, see, that guy ended up, did go around to the, I think he's going to get an inspection. We are almost to Gallup. The very next exit is where the truck stops in Gallup are located. I'm going to continue past though, because like I mentioned, that construction area over here by Continental Divide, I can't stand dealing with. I would much rather go through there and when it's not like this where traffic is light and I know for sure I'm going to get through there when it's not much traffic to speak of.
Now there's 2 viewers now. Okay.
parking for in-route trucks on the way to California. So I'd rather stop at a lot that's huge and there's a better chance I'll find a place to park, or a hole in the wall like Blue Water Village, where nobody likes to park there because they don't have 24/7 services. It's easy to find parking over there in Blue Water Village. Now, even when that main dirt lot across the street is full, there's another dirt lot right on the north side of that one that I don't think I've ever seen full. Hey, what's up, Charles? I don't know what's going on with you and Joss. Coming up on exit 16, which is where the TA loves and I don't know what's that other one called, NK whatever, NKS Royal Truck Stop in Gallup is located. Slide over here. What do we got getting on here? Well, I don't know how they pronounce their name. I see them all the time now. Hothi or Hothai or Hothai, I don't know. kbps?
Couldn't see. Yeah, I see it, but it's a bouncy.
I don't want to see 2,500 kb per second or somewhere in that ballpark. If it's a lot lower, you're probably getting buffering, and your viewers are probably having a hard time. They're either getting blurry or buffering.
It could be one of those things.
Perhaps, yeah. Come on, people. You guys just sped up and made me think that you were going to do at least 65, and all of a sudden now there's somebody in my way that I can't move over for. You decide to slow back down.
Here's a classic truck.
Douchebags. Yeah.
I've seen those before on road or freeways and stuff.
All-Pro refuses to report to training camp by Andrew Buller-Russ, 6 hours ago. Sports not follow. Back in February, Chris Jones and the Kansas City Chiefs were celebrating a Super Bowl 57 victory. For some, it feels like eons ago. For others, it feels like yesterday. But now we're gearing back up for the start of a new NFL season with the Chiefs looking to defend their throne as champions. On Saturday, Coach Andy Reid's squad reported for duty to take part in training camp in St. Joseph, MO, but one of their franchise cornerstones didn't show up. Two-time All-Pro pass rusher Chris Jones, entering the final year of his contract, refused to report to camp. He's been angling for a new contract all offseason, but as ESPN's Adam Schefter notes, the two sides are far apart at the negotiation table. For each day Jones remains away from camp, the team has the option to fine him $50,000. Unlike in past years, the Chiefs no longer have a chance to erase those fines. Jones is set to hold a cap hit of $28.2 million for the Chiefs this season, but a new contract could bring changes to that number too. Otherwise, Jones has a base salary of $19.5 million, with a $500,000 workout bonus. He's still just 29 years old and is coming off a 15.5 sack performance, where Jones finished third in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Jones has tallied 65 sacks in his 7-year pro career since joining the team as the 37th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. But it's clear Jones wants to be rewarded not only for his past success but also for what he plans to continue doing in Kansas City, and that's wrecking the opponent's game plans on a weekly basis. We'll see how long Jones can go without football and how long the Chiefs can withstand the absence of their best defensive player this summer. Written by experts, for sports fans who want a free daily newsletter worth reading. Get Sports Not first today. More must-reads. Report, Chiefs DT Chris Jones does not report to camp. Look, Sauce Gardner gives Aaron Rodgers a flashy diamond necklace. Report, top RBs plan Zoom call to discuss depressed market. 112.2k followers. Sportsnut. We're all about NFL, CFB, NBA, and MLB news, rumors and lists. Sportsnut.com prides itself on being #not opinionated. Follow.
Yeah, 15 and a half sacks a season. That's a really good season. I wonder he's thinking he wants to negotiate more, but on the other hand, he's already under contract for a certain amount. Like, unless he's got a player option year or something or whatever, I don't see how that can be a thing. Now the team can always negotiate lower. Let's say if they're like, hey, we want to keep you, but we can't, and the only way we'd be able to keep you because of salary cap reasons or whatever else is if you're willing to renegotiate for a lower amount. Otherwise, they end up cutting the player. That happens a lot in the NFL. A lot of cases where players are willing to take a pay cut in exchange for not getting cut by the team. So I'm kind of curious how that one will end up going. That's a quality season there. 15 and a half sacks in a season. Yeah, Jalen definitely a great quarterback. The previous season, a lot of people were questioning, they were kind of hating on him, thinking that he wasn't good enough, wasn't accurate enough, and didn't have a strong enough arm and all that, and, people were just hating on him, thinking he wasn't going to work out, but, oh yeah, he definitely proved his mettle last season. He's a really hard worker.
Sure, fix this. Okay, that's better or what down here?
It sounds like that woman from that truck wash that I always hear. I don't know where it's at, but I think she always talks about some exit 126 or 124 or whatever the hell it is. outside of the truck stop or something along that line. I know it's nowhere near here. It's Skip that I always pick up. And how am I not picking up Mud Duck at all today? I'm wondering if he's just finally taking a break from that damn radio or what. That guy gets annoying, man. I hear him too much. I hear him like everywhere. There's a series on the streaming service, is it? Is it Netflix or Hulu? I don't know. One of those streaming services, they have a series called Quarterback, and they basically follow Patrick Mahomes and a couple of other quarterbacks around, I guess over the course of a season, whatever. And you can hear how they're mic'd up, whatever, even on the sidelines and stuff, and also see some of their off the field stuff, like when they're at home with family or some of their other stuff, whatever. I've not seen it. I think Patrick's a great quarterback, but I don't usually get all up and concern myself with other, they'd say famous people's personal business or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess if it was Jalen Hurts or another Eagles player, I might be more apt to showing interest in that. Not because I'm fanboying, but obviously I'm an Eagles fan, and kind of nice to see what's going on. Some of the insights into stuff. Speaking of that, when I was on my home time, you guys might know from my other videos that I went and saw the Brad Williams stand-up comedy performance at the Comedy Store in Hollywood a couple nights ago. Before we went there, we ended up going to a place called Trejo's Cantina, which is basically like a bar and grill kind of place that is owned by Danny Trejo, who's you guys might know as an actor. Among other movies, I know he's in From Dusk Till Dawn and Con Air. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that he's been in. Did you guys bring up some other good movies that are notable movies that Danny Trejo's been in? I can't remember all of them, but yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. Well, he owns the place that we went to. Now we were talking to the servers there. The servers there were all great. The service was great. They were friendly and all that. And we were actually asking the bartender one who how often Danny shows up there and what's he like with them. And he says he's usually there like every couple of days or so, or No, he said he was just there like 2 weeks ago. And, let's see, I think we're losing one of these other lanes again. And, yeah, because I think we're going to bypass over here. If it's still doing what it has been. But anyway, yeah, he said that Danny was just there like 2 days prior. And he says Danny's a really nice guy. I guess he... does a lot of pictures and autographs and stuff for visitor guests there if they're there when he's there. He treats the staff there all nice, at least what the guy said. At least he's down to earth. Now a lot of people, like my friend David, who was there with us, he's from North Carolina. And he's not used to encountering famous people. I'm from California, obviously, and I used to work customer service in retail in Barstow. Which everybody goes through Barstow on the way up to in between LA and Las Vegas. I've seen a lot of famous people. I don't go fanboy on them. I don't you're just another person with a very high-paying, notable career. That's it. Otherwise, you're just another person in this world. You could be a piece of shit person for all I know, or you could be a great, very deserving of my respect kind of person. I don't know. But just because you are notable for movies, TV, or some sports team or whatever, doesn't make you God's gift to humanity as far as I'm concerned. But, no, yeah, I've had a lot of encounters with famous people. You treat me well, I'll treat you well. I don't care. And don't act like you're fucking... Don't act like you're God's gift to the planet just because you're somebody famous. I'm not gonna tolerate that shit from someone who does that kind of stuff. But I also understand that hey, they're just regular people. Like if it was me, like I'm a much like fucking bottom feeder here. I'm just some YouTuber who has like 2,400 subscribers. That ain't shit. I mean, it's more than a lot of people have, but it's to me, it's not shit. And most of the people on my channel, I look at as are people I know personally through either like through JCT or who are friends or family, or are mutual friends through Scotty D, or people I used to work with, or whatever. I don't really see it as I've actually had a few times where people came up and like, tell me they watch my YouTube channel. I'm like, holy shit, really? It's like, I don't even know. I still look at myself as an unknown for the most part. I don't really care. I'm not trying to be like fucking famous. I just see myself as like any other person out there. You like me or you don't like me, whatever the case might be. And I'll try to show you respect. You show me respect, whatever. And you never have too many friends, I guess. But at the same time, I don't care either.
Okay.
I guess.
So one person. Okay.
So I don't know. I think I only ever. You can only ever say I really quote unquote fanboyed on somebody famous one time. And I wasn't even really fanboying on them. It was more of a sizing them up, really. If you guys know from the Showtime era LA Lakers team, there was a player on the team by the name of Kurt Rambis. He was backup forward, I think power forward if I remember right for them. And then later on in the, when Shaq and Kobe were playing for the Lakers and winning championships, Kurt was one of the assistant coaches of Lakers back then. It wasn't too far off from that same time frame when Shaq and Kobe were winning their second string of championships for the Lakers, when I'm at this place in LA County. It was then known as Speed Zone. It's basically an amusement center, a family fun place, I guess I would call it. The inside of the building, they have all these arcade games, and then on the outside, they have it's all about racing, like auto racing kind of stuff. They have these like 2 or 3 different go-kart, slip type tracks, whatever you can do. And then they have another one that's like an 8-mile drag racing track that the cars stay on these rails the entire time. And yeah, it's an 8 mile long if I remember right. And you can have, it's like four cars in a row, and you can race your friends on this thing. So anyway, I was there. We were in the arcade area, and I see Kurt Rambis standing over there watching his boys playing a couple like an arcade game. And so I ended up telling one of my friends there. Now my friend actually runs a fantasy fan too, because we're from Southern Cal, and we're here we are having a get together with our car club friends, actually in LA County on top of it. I think that's LA County. Might be Orange. I want to say LA County, but it could be Orange County. it's right. It's near that border. So I ended up, hey, there's Kurt Rambis over there. I guess I said it loud enough where he heard me noticing him. And then later on, he goes walking from the arcade area to the door to go out to where the tracks are at. And we're still in line waiting to buy all of our stuff. And he sees me, he senses me staring at him. And then he he looks at me and, kind of greets me with a nod, whatever. Hey, how you doing? And then kept on going, and he had kind of a nervous, this guy's a creep kind of feel to him. I'm like, I can't say I blame him. And I wasn't even really like, oh my God, I love you. No, I'm not that kind of guy. It was, Kurt's like 6'8", 6'9". And I guess I was kind of sizing him up to see if he really was like 6'8", 6'9". And I had to wait for him to get closer to me to see how he really did size up compared to me at my 6'3". And I know what someone 6'8", 6'9" usually looks like when they stand next to me. They're clearly taller than me, but it's not like they are like, figure like between myself and my wife, we're a foot apart, and the top of my wife's head is not even up to my chin. Now, someone who's 6'9", it might be more like the top of my head will be, I don't know, maybe more where the mouth is or so. Somewhere in that ballpark of someone at that height. They don't, it's not that much. I mean, it's noticeably taller. I have friends who are in the 6'8", 6'9" neighborhood. So I know what it's like being around someone that height. But I don't know, it was just kind of more of a size up thing, and wasn't even gonna really like fanboy him at all. Unfortunately, it kind of came along that way. I've seen so many different famous people. I actually served Louis Anderson in the McDonald's drive-thru, one that's right behind the Pilot truck stop in Barstow. Lance Kinsey, the guy who plays Proctor from the Police Academy movies, I served him. Or actually, his wife and kids. I was busy. Can I get a tissue, please? Yeah, I was busy serving someone in the drive-thru their food when they pointed him out to me while he was ordering a meal for his family. And it's like, isn't that the guy from the Police Academy movies? I look at him like, I don't know.
I had only one viewer, that's about it.
Yeah. Alright, so I served him. He was actually a nice guy. I wasn't fanboying, but I was really curious. I thought it might have been him, so I was telling everybody in my, there behind the counter in the kitchen area, hey, I think that's Proctor from the Police Academy movies. So later on, when they're done, his wife and kids come up to my register to buy some of the animal cracker cookie things, whatever the hell those things are called that McDonald's sells. And I served her. I didn't say anything at all about, is your husband Proctor? And but one of my coworkers did come up while I was busy giving her cookies, whatever, and say, "Excuse me, miss, is your husband the one from the Police Academy movies?" And, yeah, that's him. So when they were leaving though, the guy in the kitchen area, he sees him getting up and he goes, "Proctor!" come into that same McDonald's regularly. Andre Agassi, I used to see all the time in Barstow. Just when we'd hang out in town in a parking lot, we'd always see him driving up and down Main Street, right past us in his Lamborghini. And then he would always go to like I think the Burger King or whatever it was over there. Everybody actually who dealt with him, because I never worked at that Burger King and was there at the same time, but people we knew who did work there always said he was really nice to them. Stopped in at the Mad Greek Cafe in Baker, California with those pretty much the same group of car club friends once on the way up to Vegas, and ended up James Woods, him and I don't know if his publicist or PA or whoever the guy was, perhaps a writer, I don't know. They were right in front of us in the line to order their food, and they sat at a table pretty close to where we were at too. But yeah, we left them alone. You know, one of the people in my group said, "Hey, that's James Woods in front of us," but that was the extent of it. We all pretty much ignored him otherwise. I'm not sure who James Woods is. He's in the Scary Movie series. I can't remember how many of them he's in. I know for sure he's in Scary Movie 3. He's the one who plays that perverted priest, in that Exorcist scene, or that spoof scene there, The Exorcist. What else? He's in a lot of other stuff too. I actually saw Kobe Bryant one time broke down. He was in a Ferrari. His car was broke down right there in the gore point where the 91 and 55 freeways meet in. I guess I would call that Tustin. Yeah, right there in Orange County, Tustin, almost into Placentia, kind of neck of the woods. Yeah, he's right there in the gore point. Look, I don't know what kind of problem he's having, but he was right there in the gore point where those two freeways meet up, and it was outside his car. That's how I knew it was him. I knew it was a Ferrari, and I saw him outside it, and like, oh yeah, and it makes sense because he was because he lived in Newport Beach. Yeah, Newport Beach, you take the 55 freeway straight on down, straight to the south from that interchange, and that dead ends you right into Newport Beach. And let's see, oh yeah, speaking of 55 freeway, I had a girlfriend who lived in Santa Ana and Garden Grove. She and I were driving northbound on the 55, I think towards Garden Grove. And we passed by this convertible black BMW. That we swore had Tony Kanal, the bass player from the group No Doubt. That's the same group that Gwen Stefani was the lead singer of. They were all from Orange County. We thought that was him, and then as fate would have it, turned out that same girlfriend, she and I were at she had a Ford Explorer Sport Track at the time, and one time we took her truck to the dealer over there in Tustin, I think to get some kind of work done on it. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, it was going to be enough where she was going to need a rental vehicle. So they basically, the Tustin Ford dealer sent us by shuttle to some car rental agency. I can't remember if they were in Tustin or Orange. I want to say in Orange, which is right next to Tustin. Well, anyway, before they sent us over there, the people at the Ford dealer were telling us, hey, when you get over there, just be careful, watch out for this guy named Brad over there. I said, yeah, he's a pretty crazy guy, kind of fly off the handle kind of stuff, whatever, kind of not give a fuck kind of mentality or whatever. So we're like, okay, whatever. We get over there and we see this guy two guys working behind the counter, and man, we had like a really good conversation with both of them. Had a really fun time, kind of wild, crazy fun time with them. And then, you know, and I figured out the one on the right his name was Brad, and that was the guy they were telling us to watch out for. But like, no, we got along great with that guy. Yeah, he was fun. And then I go, yeah, while we're in the middle of talking to him, I just, yeah, I think he and my girlfriend were discussing, you know, the rental vehicle thing, whatever. And I look down and I see his business card, and it says Brad Canal. And I go, Brad Canal? And this guy has the same complexion as Tony Canal, the bass player. He's kind of black or mixed race looking kind of guy, I guess. Well, Brad also looked very similar, so in complexion. So I'm like, are these two related? So after he got through talking to my girlfriend, I asked him, Brad Canal. I said, are you related to Tony Canal? And he kind of chuckled, and he stopped and gets the attention of the other guy working behind the counter. And hey, whatever, check this out. And he goes, ask me again what you just asked me. And I go, are you related to Tony Canal? And he goes, he's my cousin. And it's like, we started laughing about it, and then I go, does he have a convertible black BMW? And he goes, yeah, that's one of his cars. Like, I thought so, because we swore that we passed him on the 55 freeway, like, I don't know, a few weeks back, or a couple months back, or whatever it was. We just thought it was hilarious. You know, I'm actually still friends with that ex-girlfriend to this day, and on Facebook, yeah, and it turns out she and Brad are actually friends. So, they obviously had some chemistry there, with at least with friendship, and yeah, still to this day, because a lot of times I'll see her post on Facebook, and I'll see him comment on her stuff. I'm not sure if he remembers me, but because it's been too long. That was back in 2001, so 22 years now. So I don't know. He might vaguely remember someone being with her back then, because I know he remembers how he and her met. But yeah, that was kind of funny. And there were some others. Edward Burns. Ran into him at Frankfurt Airport, but I never got a chance to actually talk to him. I was going to. I didn't even know he was a famous guy when I first saw him. I thought he was just another military guy on a deployment like I was. I was on a... Okay, I had flown from Tucson, Arizona to Dallas with like a dozen other people. Now, we were all rotating over to Aviano Air Base, Italy, for one of our regular rotations there. And after we got to DFW, then we all split off in different flights out of there to get over toward Aviano. Well, we would fly into Venice, because Venice is only about a 40-minute drive from Aviano. But we'd all have different connecting flights in Europe to get us to there. Well, it just so happened on this occasion, there was, out of the dozen of us, I was the only one in the entire group that was flying to Frankfurt. It was also my first time ever going to Germany. And I get over there, I have a 6-hour delay, layover before my next flight. And the entire time I was there, I didn't hear one damn English speaker anywhere. Everybody was